What is poppin', everybody? What's going on? It's DST. Oh my goodness, I am so ill. I have felt so sluggish. But that doesn't mean we can try to have fun over a weekday. Well, I understand that it's nearing back to school for most people right now, especially younger people over in the crowd, or you're at work suffering, or you're just coming back from work. So this is prime time DST show, and that means we can just go over a plethora of topics involving what's going on over in Nickelodeon. We can talk about what's going on in the sports world. Any topic. Right now, I was 2 episodes into the new season 14 reboot continuation of Hank Hill and his family and what goes on over in Arlington, Texas. Yes, the return of King of the Hill has been recently on Hulu, and they have already published for 10 straight episodes from Return of the King to the a sounder investment. And right now, it's been very interesting. Dwight Howard has also been banned from attending WNBA games. Oh God, it's always controversial bullshit. It's also what's going on with Gilbert Arenas, if you know his story, over putting up illegal gambling rings while having female service the guests while having some European con- uh, controversial figures, I'd say, attend. Also, SummerSlam was a few days ago. Sorry for being late. I wanted to upload a video, but I did minutely enjoy it. I'll openly say that I actually enjoyed SummerSlam. Some I do have critiques with some of the results and some of the controversial booking that did happen. Some not even to the dislike. I don't think Brock Lesnar coming back after his allegation sweep that involved him over being a third party involving Vince McMahon's affairs really comes to pass what's going to happen in the ongoing future with WWE. In my opinion, but you can put that into perspective. I was just about to push over my thumbnail before we start, like that. Just getting some further fixes on it before we start. So let's say, how's everybody doing live? How's everybody doing? Jesus. When I heard Tyler Huntley, I don't know if it's a cry for help to pick up Tyler Huntley. He must be 32 years old, 33 years old, backup quarterback. He's had a tenure. He had like one playoff. I think he had one playoff win. No, he had a loss because they had a bye. The time he had to come over as a second string. He made one Pro Bowl though. And being a backup, that's actually insane. Knowing he's not in comparison as his starting counterpart out of Lamar Jackson. So that's insane that he could still produce with the supporting cast he has to throw to out of all pro tight ends like Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, like a lot of good talent. But I don't know if they even account Zay Flowers as like an all pro pick at the receiving core yet, even though he's done a lot. So I'm very curious. So right now I'm up to episode 3 of King of the Hill right now. I just finished the beer story where Bobby finally came over back to visit. By the way, if anybody knew how it ended, involving Hank and Peggy moving out over to Saudi Arabia, Bobby got to live his life. He didn't go to college. Connie did over, I guess, after the awkward reunite after Bobby had a one night stand over. Yeah, Bobby getting pussy in the second episode. Can't say that about most wrestling fans. Also, I just watched Dynamite. Seems like they did a segment over involving Daniel Garcia. Oh God, it's the Young Cox. Jesus. I think their whole gimmick now is they're getting devalued and getting lackluster pyro because they're not I guess they're not major authority figures anymore. and they got the Drake Big Sean abs while having vignettes of them losing their tag match against Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, Max and Jeremy. Fucking Generation Me. These guys are the same thing, but just with more clout. The Young Bucks has never been rated, in my opinion. There's way better tag teams. I'll even say in the modern age, there's way better tag teams on the modern age than Young Bucks ever had, even around the time period. Like if you're telling me that you have the Lucha Bros and FTR below the Young Bucks and any sort of the tag division over their pedigree, y'all jobbers to me. And yes, jobbers is a derogatory term for either losers, autom- uh, automatic losers just to get people over in wrestling terms, and also it's a derogatory slur to idiots in losers. Nobody's. The terminology is also used in for wrestlers. So it's just crazy whenever even wrestling fans ask that question. It was like, what do you mean by jobbers? You know what I mean by jobbers. Nobody has ever called a jobber, and it's made a term for a term of endearment. Like that's silly. That's always been a silly question to ask. And I'm not saying that to be an asshole, even though I am. But you'll know when I am. So I'm gonna just keep that as honest as I can. So third episode of King of the Hill is Bobby gets grilled. And it's probably gonna be some type of humiliation. Or this has something to do with his cooking, because I grew up watching King of the Hill. Anytime they showed up over on Adult Swim, I was watching that. Maybe because I was waiting for like the times when Metalocalypse or Aqua Team Hunger Force was about to air. So like I think the first hour doc they'll put like the regular old Fox cartoons out. So I saw a lot of King of the Hill growing up. So I know about Bobby's practical skills when it comes to cooking because he works over in a sushi bar over in uh over in Arlington, and he lives over with Joseph. So a lot of stuff really progresses right over in the pandemic, even though King of the Hill starts around like 30 years ago, like around like late mid around mid or late 90s, so around 20 past. So I'm shocked they do this. Bobby is like in his early 20s. Bobby's like around the time where he would be in his senior year of college or sophomore year of college. Everybody at least looks more aged up. John Redcorn, I think if anybody hasn't heard about the controversial ending of Dale Gribble's voice actor and John Redcorn's voice actor, I fucking never liked John Redcorn. Like trying to justify yourself being a side piece with a purpose, and then he ends up with Nancy anyway. I don't care spoiling, folks. I do not care. Dun, dun, dun. That song never gets old. That song never gets old. At a point, yes, it does. 10 years ago, and I like the way they bypass like from pandemic time period. Bobby's mad big bro, and you rarely see this with like family comedy animated series. They don't really age out the characters, and if they do, it's like a one off arc, like they did with the pandemic episodes back at South Park, where they actually made the characters adult. Or sometimes those specials, what they do, just those one-off episode specials like do for Family Guy, or sometimes one-off specials they do for The Simpsons. I think most of those were holiday specials too. People, if you guys tell me what's your favorite episode of any of those, Simpsons, Family Guy, hell, even American Dad, I'll give it to graces. It was actually not that bad. Cleveland Show was a decent enough watch. I think what really killed it was when Seth MacFarlane he was in a roast and Snoop Dogg just said, "No nigga watching the Cleveland show." He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. You hear kids from my age talking about the PJs more than the Cleveland show. All right. Oh, don't bring fucking Dale and Nancy. A colloidal silver. Is that Dale's gonna put something on fire? Oh, thank God. Oh, what else is going on? Oh, Young Bucks were still wrestling. Oh, why is Brody King in a tag team match? Like this guy's a solo star. Dude's big as hell. They already fumbled Wardlow. Nobody heard of him since. Lucha. Oh, Kill Switch. Did they change his name back to Luchasaurus? Even though Kill Switch was a cooler name. Man, fuck propane. America and propane. There was a massive episode on Bobby. No, I think it was not Luann. Yeah, I think Luann was using charcoal, and it's like, man, it don't matter. Even if it tastes better with charcoal, you are using propane. I'll tell you what, that's insane. That is majorly insane. Just to note, the guys, we're in episode 13. No, yeah, Peggy's still an overwhelming narcissist. As soon as Bobby and Hank were making their own fermented beer after going to some place to make their own by Snoop Dogg, by the way, because they do make a reference to his endless enterprises. Uh, yeah, Peggy already thinks like they're gonna name the bear after them. Like I think a lot of people that continuously watch King of the Hill know how much of a notorious narcissist Peggy is. Yeah, I got the thumbnail set up. Not as good as I hoped it. I think you guys get the gist. Oh God, Nancy's wearing trainer suits now. That shit's been worn out. Nancy's whole cooch is reparations. No reservations, my fault. I confused two national. I confused two race jokes. Oh my God. Oh God. Nancy's a slut. Oh no. Oh no. Company policy. Are you getting skibbity yacht, Bobby? That boy ain't right. I'm not skibbity for you, Bobby. I'm too much of a boomer. Damn. Obviously, Hank is upset. Yeah, he said it. He said it, folks. He said it. That boy ain't right. Duh, that man ain't right. Let's go. Let me get to somebody you know. In Dallas, what else we got going on here? Because I heard about still we're getting retroed like all old school Cartoon Network shows got canceled. All retro on Hulu. And that's already with the Disney Hulu merger that's going to be happening around with Disney Plus around I think the start of 2026. Yeah, this buyout clash. I don't know if it's going to be overwhelming or they're just trying to network it to one cable network. Like that's crazy. Damn. I guess they only sell over premium charcoal to Japanese only people. Damn. Damn. Fuck that pen. And that's the hush money given by President Trump. Okay. We're not going there. My fault, folks. Oh, give me a second, folks. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Damn. Can't believe they're business partners over all the years they were fighting over Connie. Even though you really didn't care about Connie like that. That nigga's Yoshida. Get out of my shop. Get Yasuke plus Luke Cage away from me. It is Yoshida. brother is Yasuke. He's low. Even worse is crazy, folks. Racist, but not wrong. But not wrong. Black small businesses. What? Bruh. He was totally gonna grab a Glock with some Kamehameha in the gun. Only Hank would be interested in any of this. Oh, Hank, you can't say that. Hank, you can't say that. Oh my God, you can't say that. Ooh. I'm not even trying to defend anything, man. The opposing viewpoint between the current president and how his aspirations are to benefit the nation are going to be. I'm not even going to touch that, folks. I'm not touching that. Okay, good. Oh, of course, Dale's going to make this more interesting. It was the Jews that made the termites destroy housing back in North Texas. Of course, he got his own vlog. Check my Tumblr. I bet Dale. I bet $2. This guy already has his own podcast come episode 5. And if they don't capitalize in a simple 5 episodes, bro, they're fumbling the bag. How in the hell are we not giving Dale Gribble his own podcast? That's already a fail and another fart. Like that's an obvious opportunity right there for comedy, and that should be running over for most of the themes around the season. Oh God, good, yeah, job, job, yeah. Remember, folks, remember, for content reasons, it's better that you be not only a skeptic, but you always do your best to flip the truth. Dale should be a podcaster. Have they been They probably gave him his own radio show in the old in the old series, and they did. It was probably off the air for speaking too much about the government. What's his cut? Oh boy, Louder and Prouder. I heard is getting Louder and Prouder. I heard is actually getting a bit better. Yeah, so Hulu and Disney Plus will launch a unified streaming app come 2026. Yeah, so it is a merger. Just to confirm, shout out to Toon Hive. I've gotten a lot of good information. 19 years ago was Metalocalypse as well. That's also fun. A bit. We're not overly obese though. Culturally appropriate. Bobby Hill is getting canceled. You're the only white dude. Bobby's telling him to hold it because Joseph is fucking Native American. Joseph's in his fucking 20s and he still doesn't know John Redcorns is a biological father. Is hilarious. That's actually pretty interesting. How what we would sterilize as a stigma of a stereotype. The actual culture that they find representative of, like Speedy Gonzalez, actually enjoy the character. For real, that's Disney, folks. That's Disney, bruh. Remember, folks, Inside Job. If you don't remember, that was like a Netflix exclusive animated series. The political jargon and references to what happened in official satire wasn't allowed in that Inside Job. That's why that after season two it got canceled, and it sucks because I grew to enjoy Inside Job when that was coming out. Or we might be able to do crypto, bruh. Sugar, do you have Shaq in you? In your hand, rubbing it. Damn. Like, like Bobby. Ew, so I go back to being a DJ? Huh. Fuck our culture, Dad. Oh god damn it. It's a Washington commander. Bruh. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. I just find it culturally. Oh god. Shiza. What's your percentage of German? How do you? Oh, that's funny. That's funny connection. I wonder what happened to Cotton Hill. The liberals. Oh, he found the primary sources. Yo, are they assaulting him? I am the Queen of England. Hey, yo, bro, what the fuck did you just say? Yo, this, King of the Hill is fucking killing me, bro. Who just shouts that out of nowhere? Yo, you're not allowed in any dinner party now. I vote for Epstein. After somebody literally threw something at Hank. Oh, somebody literally threw a fucking shoe at Hank. Also, stop being gay, Bobby. Facts. That's a lot of early 2000s restaurants that are probably dying right now. Red Lobster trying to recoup their losses over with a new. I think they have a new guy over in the helm for general manager. to at least try to disassociate themselves with desperation, try to get fresher food, because like lobster used to be not even that scarce. So it's gonna be Bobby's plan. So we got everybody here. Uh-huh. Fat. Sorry, sorry. This is gonna taste banging in a moment. Hank is still not even gonna try it. Yeah, a black Japanese man, culturally appropriated. Oh my God, sacrilegious. Oh, let's go. Propane. Propane. You are not racist. Yoshida is Yasuke in the 21st century, folks. Now that was episode 3 of Bobby Gets Grilled. I would say overall that was an entertaining episode. Really goes over disparity of a lot of conversations about cultural appropriation and historical accuracy and how to spin it. That vote for SB, that vote for I vote for Epstein line got me. I don't know how you get get away with that. Things is not televised anymore. I don't think they have any of the newer episodes around televised because of the earlier block now that Cartoon Network now goes to Adult Swim. No Toonami anymore. I think that's only on YouTube. They took away the archive account for Toonami if you want to watch older anime. But we already got like streaming platforms, Crunchyroll, alternative anime streaming platforms. Netflix now can have anime. So if you guys like are old Toonami heads, guys that grew up like around my era of watching anime, back when watching English and English dubbed anime with still reputable voice actors was actually acceptable at this time, go crazy. Go crazy. I would like to feel like I'm 5 years old again too. Or 10 years old. Anything below responsibility. I don't know how much you're gonna get me over the copyright of the theme song. Na-na-na-na-na. Everybody's liking that new K-pop Hunter. What was it called? K-pop Demon Hunter, and they already have like popular tracks hitting the Hot 100. So kudos to them, but I'm not really that big over as a K-pop person. But that Bad Guys second film, I might watch. I might give that a chance. I did watch Fantastic Four recently. We might make a separate account so I can get my point across about the Fantastic Four film. Because I would like to say that still I feel Quantumania and Love and Thunder has done massive damage to the MCU. Boring. Make some dinner. Oh my god. What the fuck? Gen Z girl on TV is crazy. And the dialogue is even crazier. I got proper closer after these 3 days. To be honest, when we were snugging, I was thinking about doing it with my. What the fuck? Yo! Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm so glad I'm not streaming this live. I'm so glad. Oh, nope, nope, not I'm trying to avoid copyright. I don't. Gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull up. Dang, man. We need Boomhauer on trap music. I think that would save a lot of lives. Damn it! Just to avoid spending time with Peggy. To be fair, I would try to avoid a person like Peggy if she was my wife. To be fair, Bobby, I'm at an age where I should be getting better at communicating off emojis. Bro, I just can't. I just can't. Nigga, I'll read a full sentence. I already can't even tolerate whenever my friends are trying to give me an LMAO, and you can't tell over the sincerity if they find it sarcastic, annoying, or anything. Because niggas don't want to call, and I don't want to make that a social alert for anybody. That's just for anybody. Just that's anybody's choice per se. If they want to text or call, I get it. I think it skims less time, just gets their point across, or they don't have that much time to communicate at their own time. Just saying. Just saying. Just, just pointing my own thoughts onto this. We got starting launch day as well on that Marvel fighting game that's supposed to come out, like a rip off Marvel versus Capcom. Marvel Token that's gonna be on the PlayStation 5 into the PlayStation 6 generation. Might be around the 20s ish. That I hope so. Because I was looking for a new fighting game to play. See what's going on right now. $5 years ago since the rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And further information into that new My Adventures with Superman series, because we just gone into more continuations, because we just got Kara joining the crew after helping her with Brainiac. If anybody didn't watch season 2, watch it. And I guess they got rough draft. Well, I guess this is finalized art for Lex Luthor's arc with his biologically genetic Superboy. And he actually fits this art style way better than Clark does. And this is going to be a new Amphibia title that I guess is a sequel continuation. I've really never looked up over these shows. Whatever the hell this is, 13 years ago. Okay. Morta White airplane meme. Realize what the flying fuck. What is this? Folks, what is this? Can we predict that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now. Oh my god. Yo! No, oh, no. Don't look at the comment section. Folks, I'd rather watch Louder and Prouder than look at the comment section on this image. Right here. Like the first red flag was automatic that this was DeviantArt. The first red flag. Oh my god. Whew. Oh my god. Shit. Bruh. Pause. You can't be making your text messages grammatically correct, Bobby. Let the Latino put you up on game, Bobby. Oh, Connie's here. Let me guess, she brought her boyfriend here. That's why she was in a different college beforehand. Ew. Chain? Of course, Chain. Of course, Chain. Nepotism, am I right? Isn't she aware? I think she's aware how much of a douche Chain is. And I'm shocked they're still initially a romantic couple. But we know how Laotians are. And Connie's been like a neighbor of Bobby because we know who her family is. We haven't seen Khan though. We have not seen Khan the entire time. It's been 3 episodes. We've seen Khan's wife, but we haven't seen Khan. Kaden Lopez, 18, appeared over court today, allegedly throwing green. So this is the culprit, folks. We have found the culprit. The man chucking green, lime green, highlight green boing boings on court side, interrupting basketball games for women, is some 18-year-old chud, fat piece of shit. Folks, throwing green dildos onto the court last night's Phoenix Mercury game. He's accused of hitting someone with an object, now facing charges of assault and disorderly conduct. Do we blame parenting at this point, people? I do. Yikes! Yikes! It has been ongoing. People have been placing bets on this chat. I'm sorry, I don't like using that word. People have been placing bets on who is going to chuck a green dildo on a basketball court and going into to the over for more than one in a game. We could have been talking about that lady that plays for that Dallas team over in the WNBA, the Dallas Wings. That young lady that plays for the Dallas Wings dropping 20 a night. Caitlin Clark, whatever glazing that you want, I get it. Angel Reese breaking, even though I'm sure she's a decent enough player. Like, we could have been like, this is the amount of respect. Like, as much of a uber casual we are in any other female sports that's not the UFC, at least there's somewhat of a respect for their thirst trapping and, of course, gooners over in women's soccer. But at least there's a reprehensible respect where you know these women are talented, but they're not around the echelon of the men or that reputable as the men over in soccer. I get that. But the point of that, this is the headline, and this is the culprit chucking dildos into professional basketball events. I'd pay them more just for that. That's crazy. Don't show me this at all, folks. Never. Never show me this. Spongy pulls up here, I'm gonna call the cops. There's no shot. We have Diddy's lawyer say that he wants to return to Madison Square Garden once he's free. Ban that man from New York. Ban him from the boroughs, every single one. Just a moment, folks. I'll be in the restroom if anybody needs me. I'll get some background music. All right. Apologies for the delay. So, yeah, we found the culprit, and somehow Sean Diddy Combs wants to return back after his highly equated court case after being found innocent because he's a billionaire and probably the most powerful, influential guys in the musical business with bodies and hits in his record. This man is going to be free in New York, running rampant. Damn. Hustle culture, man. You got to grind, man. OnlyFans, man. Hang on, pop that pussy. Sorry. Pause. That I guess that's the star ring. Damn. Damn, you did Boomhauer a favor. And he's probably gonna hit that after. He runs to do more work, doesn't he? So Hank is doing this obviously to stay busy, obviously after retirement. I think that goes for a lot of people in the modern age. Sorry, apologies to be pausing, but if we know like how retirement goes for probably older folks out there, they possibly won't mind an extra couple of years unless they can't move a muscle anymore. Obviously, not a lot of guys run that way. There would be even people that are highly well off. I've seen this with probably professional athletes that are highly well off, but they still do some fuck shit just for the sake of having purpose in their life. Derek White talks about time he fully the time he fully blocked the Team USA flag during the Olympic opening ceremony. That was possibly accidental. This ticked me off as well. Kendrick Perkins, top defensive players of the NBA right now. Alex Caruso, I can understand. He's been one of the more impactful perimeter defending all purpose guards in the NBA. And he was one of the key reasons why they decimated the Denver Nuggets back at that game seven. Evan Mobley should have been at least number one just for the sake for having DPOY being the second best team in the NBA with the best defensive record in the Eastern Conference. Amen Thompson, Victor Wembanyama, even though he missed the rest of the season with a blood clot, I think he only played around uh, January. Ended his career there. That's why the Spurs were more of a lottery team. Lou Dort is crazy. Just for the sake of not having Rudy Gobert when he was at least a consecutive runner-up. And yet people are thinking it's rage bait having Evan Mobley, even though he was DPOY and one of the best rim protecting forwards in the league. I'm thinking he has more low IQ, but this goes for the same people that also say that he finds Chris Paul doesn't even scratch top 5 all-time point guard list. This is where he has it. Magic Johnson, crazy. Oscar Robinson, Isaiah Thomas, Westbrook, Jason Kidd, Bob Cousy. I know Kendrick Perkins has been alive since slavery, but there's no shot you think Bob Cousy is over Chris Paul, John Stockton, Gary Payton. Don't get me wrong, he was probably one of the all-time guards around the '90s, but he wasn't putting all around roles and controlling over the tempo. He was a he was a glorified floor general. Well, like Chris Paul's possibly going to be top 10 in all-time assists. He's already second in all-time assists. He has a better win-loss record than at least a third of this list. The only thing that doesn't hold him up to somehow Westbrook's caliber is because he doesn't have a MVP. Even though Westbrook only had 3 good years of being an All NBA guard, excluding his time on the Wizards. That's silly. That's incredibly silly. That's incredibly disrespectful to a guy like Chris Paul. How Stephen Curry, I can understand the argument. Oscar Robinson, isn't he a bit out of position? Wasn't he more of a two guard, more of a wing? And Chris Paul can do stuff that even Kyrie Irving can't do. Chris Paul was around MVP caliber, or like, come on, bro. Ridiculous. This is silly. Bobby, why are you scaring the hose away? Sorry, I'm trying to be modern. Fucking weirdo. Not Boomhauer giving goddamn love advice. Oh, ooh, Boomhauer's knocked out. Ew. Shut your fat ass up, Bill. Ew. Y'all can call Chris Paul CP3 point guard, whatever else. Now, this is a legitimate statement. I apologize for pausing. But you guys can't even see the video anyway due to copyright, due to this streaming exclusive content. So I really can't show it to the stream. But outside sources, I can. After that clinic, he put in the last night, I'm going to call him Christopher Emmanuel Paul, a top 5 point guard ever. Play the game, carry the hell on. Why are we discrediting greatness all because they don't have the accolades that apply to you? Don't be surprised if the Suns come out of the West. Big perk in March. CP3 is officially chilling the point guard VIP. So just because he's over on younger, less competitive teams, you denounce his greatness? When he was the only reason why DeAndre Ayton was even valued as a reputable five in the NBA. That is silly. That's incredibly silly to me. I apologize. This is stupid. Most insincere journalist I've ever seen. And this, and ESPN's already carrying. They're gonna ruin Red Zone, folks. They're gonna ruin NFL Red Zone. The only solace I have to watching every NFL game without losing my shit is gonna be ruined because Kendrick Gurgle Perkins is gonna tell me that, well, why would they snap when the ball's moving? And I feel Jalen Hurts don't deserve to be an All-Pro quarterback because he got AJ Brown. Nigga, who else throwing it? Gravity? Like, wow. And look, I hate the Eagles. I fucking hate Eagles. Whoever be calling Jalen Hurts not even an All-Pro quarterback is stupid. Re- remotely dumb. He's reprehensibly already a top 10 QB. But you're saying that he's even below Jared Goff is crazy. People said that also about Jordan Love. Oh, but because Malik Willis also still got an above 500 record because the team is good. When we denounce a player's success, when he has a good supporting cast and that can advance his skill level, it's dumb. That's incredibly dumb. We only use that excuse over for coaches because the coaches just got to and control the talent. He's not teaching them how to play. They're teaching them when to play. Like this is ridiculous. We're not Wakandans, Dale. I forgot to update it. Dang on, give me your poom, man. Not not Hank with the identity theft. Because frat. I haven't heard much frat because I don't really socialize that in college, but I heard that shit is bullshit. Talk about daddy issues. But you a bitch nigga. But you're still a good man, Bobby. No Anthony Davis is crazy. So I don't know where this all defensive list comes from. Kendrick Perkins is not a reputable analyst. He's a reputable player, doesn't mean he's a good analyst. Let's just keep that a buck. There's a way to balance it. All right. First shot for Hank alone. Oh man, this is a Rugrats. I forgot who's the dad for Rugrats. Anybody remembers? What the fuck? What? Damn. Man, fuck this bitch. Oh my god. There's no shot. There is parents like that, by the way, folks. Don't be discouraged. I'm sure there was a time when your parents were younger. They were wishing they didn't have me either. And Hank obviously wasn't doing what Boomhauer was doing, socializing with the client while he was doing all the work. And Hank, obviously, with his you'll see off his character development off automatically episode one when Boomhammer was trying to embrace him. He's not really known for being the most vulnerable person in the world. You got a 2 star? Yep, called it. My first ever. This is my first. This is a blind watch, by the way, folks. 12 customer service, Hank. You gotta learn it. You gotta learn it the hard way. Sadly, there's no tipping for any other line of work unless you're good enough for it. Ew. Gilbert Arenas goes off on Kwame Brown for having his brother. Nah, that's wrong. I hope you stay under the jail. You got your own brand on the fucking on your fucking gambling table, Gilbert. The adulterers is on. There's no way, Joseph is watching affairs go on next door is crazy. If he goons to this while Bobby's asleep, I'm gonna cut this episode off. I'm gonna cut it off. There's no shot. Bobby, no, no. I think we ended Dynamite. a Hangman is staring at where in Swerve or Moxley again because I thought the rematch was no, it's MJF. Oh yeah, because he got a title shot. So Bobby Hill and Joseph fucking do overlay and make their own entertainment off the personal lives of their next door neighbors. Oh, period. Damn. Yeah, I think people were being a bit too harsh on Kuzma, but hopefully he gets to live up to expectation.
You like black man who get in trouble makes you party. Feel like it's your birthday. Hey, hey, cut the music, DJ.
That's that's crazy. This flop. Now this flopped. Gil, the video was cool, but this happened back in 1996. It's his brother. 19 years after the crime is done. What the fuck took so long? I'm employed. What's their beef? That has nothing to do with Kwame Brown. Yeah, Gil's just a petty piece of shit. They're gonna ask your ass to babyface. The- Why are you trying to force it? I'll tell you what. I didn't pull out. What? Thanasis killed his first basketball game in 461 days. What was he? Just a perennial mascot on the court side for Giannis? Don't answer that. Nice. I'm not gonna try to force. Thank God there's subtitles. Bobby needs a cowboy hat. He looks like Luka Doncic. Hold on. He looks like Luka Doncic wearing regular dress clothes. Oh my God. I'm not trying to fat shame this time, folks. He looks like Luka Doncic. Oh my God. Oh, do it, Bobby. Do it for the. I'm not trying to say anything too offensive, folks. What other things happened today? I know that's Bam Metal Bio, folks. Roger Goodell doesn't consider the NBA to be competition for the NFL. We're not competing, the NBA or with the MLB. Our competition is Apple and Google. Folks, the first thing with media coverage, the first thing with media coverage, you this is 2025. different content creators or competitions, other content creators or other with the same medium? Because let me tell you, it's not. Like with the T series and PewDiePie back in the day when they were feuding, completely different way to source content. PewDiePie was obviously a reaction gaming channel, one of the biggest ones ever at the time before Mr. Beast came in. And then you got the T series, had a whole nation against it. And then Mr. Beast came over with his extravagant content, doing insane challenges with his own group. Different sources of mediums. So even doing something like that, your priority is just the immense amount of consumers you can even push. That's why this new media deal is trying to be more accessible over to the modern audience, because not everybody, especially family households, are using traditional media like cable network television to broadcast their sports. So you see NFL even pushing over to Netflix before the NBA. The NBA goes over to Amazon Prime, where they can push over to more streaming viewers to try to benefit off cable network TV deals. That's the priority here. It will never, ever just be a different sport. It is already with the MLB. That used to be the staple of American sports. Now it's the NFL. And if you're thinking that the NBA is even considered, it's just a secondary known sport over in the NBA in America. In America, basketball should be lucky to even be considered a secondary option over as a sport. Even though I like the sport, American football will always be the more desirable, more legitimate fan base, more authentic fan base, and more authentic, more welcome alternative for live sports than just catching the Cavaliers versus the Celtics in a random night. And that's perfectly fine because they're still getting billions off it. So whenever we're pushing over this conversation over in the ratings, the NBA will still be doing relatively fine around the future. And this was over when we were complaining about the WNBA even losing 40 million, but we can't give them compensation. And then people think they know big words. Like ridiculous. Just freaking ridiculous. Austin Reeves reportedly expected to command over 30 million per year next contract. I think I will be getting 30 million plus. One exclusive told ESPN, echoing multiple front office sources who have asked next season's deal Reeves could command. The expectation from both that executive and others is that Reeves ultimately will return to Los Angeles, which would cement Reeves' role in the long-term running mate with next to Luka Doncic in LA's backcourt. The role once held by Brunson with then Kyrie Irving over in Dallas. The only thing was like Brunson was already evolving to be an all-around second option around his final two to three seasons with Luka Doncic, while Kyrie was already always an all-time great running mate to push over as the secondary scorer around the starting rotation. So, do Lakers fans, you guys claim Austin Reeves to be a long-term rotation piece like a Derek Fisher as a starting rotation piece on the Lakers for the long term? Does he deserve a 30 million extension other than pushing that over to Dalton Connect and looking to just point over in the backcourt? Hell, they should have been doing that with LeBron. They still push him over to the wing when he can't defend around the perimeter anymore, and he can just get over one-off blocks, and they already were having a struggle to even get a good contract with a starting point. So why not get one of the all-time best point forwards in the game out of LeBron James? That's ridiculous to me. Fuck your wife, dude. Oh no, Bobby, no. Damn. Oh, damn. Yeah, before Asian girls became a trend nowadays, Bobby was really hitting that back when he was like 14. Oh, ew. Oh, damn. Damn, like, too much information. Oh, you broke my phone. I didn't like using propane when I first used it. Alright. You see? I think oh, no, it's Rickey Jackson. This is a Los Angeles Spark player. She's getting 25 and 5 rebounds. Said 27 and not damn, near triple double. And back-to-back victories too. Kudos to her. Damn! To be fair, at least the only person to live up to expectation you would say individually is Joel Embiid. 101st dates and 3 second dates. You're the problem, respectfully. You're the problem. Man, damn, still staring at the Asian baddies, Bobby. You gotta chill out. Hopefully, we don't have any allegations for Luka Doncic in the future. I'm kidding. There might be allegations for Luka Doncic in the future. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're still fighting? No, the show should be over. Yeah. Dynamite's done. Dynamite's done. Thank God. Husky boy, you want to eat? You got me at eat. Damn, Bobby, you're not even gonna give her a chance. Damn, Bobby. Damn, Bobby really still feels for Kanye, huh? Not even trying to give new love a chance. Damn, that's unsafe as fuck. Yep. That's a bunch of retired NBA players right there, folks. Came to the Lakers where the structure the same. Then I go to Brooklyn where it's all structure and it taught me how to be professional. Kwame Brown calls out Gilbert Arenas. That's wonderful dialogue that
Was
even
not only fair.
that's wonderful dialogue you don't see much heart of in current animated series, even rebooted continuous animated series. That's the type of heart that you miss that always like King of the Hill had.
More to him in preseason, summer league.
So let's go over context of this. Kwame Brown calls out Gilbert Arenas. You are Clutch Sports guzzler, willing to paint your face and carry purses because you want LeBron sip wine and you play poker and play poker with you.
He still has something to say. What are you talking about? Nobody had nothing to say about. What are you doing?
You just got out of jail, right?
Shit.
And you trying to take a dig at me. And you said I hated on Bronny because my sports take was not only fair, not only from a professional standpoint, but it was smarter than yours. You just a dick rider. You just a Clutch Sports guzzler.
Oh my!
I'm not.
Clutch Sports guzzler.
I don't get in little small outfits because I placed a bet with my sexuality. I don't paint my face up and hold purses and shit like you, nigga. So my sports take was based on basketball. So it's not hating. So just because you defined it as hating, let me tell you what I said and I can reiterate it. Has he improved in preseason? Yes, he has. Look at the improvement. He's shooting the ball with confidence. He's driving the ball to a spot and he's pulling up with confidence. He's playing like his father is on the sideline and got his back, and that the coach got his back.
Timberland.
Same thing I said when he was coming out there looking like a deer in the headlights, playing scared and throwing the ball up instead of getting contact and fighting over picks. I was talking about basketball, idiot. That's not hating just because it's not the same dumbass opinion you got. You just want LeBron to let you coach his kids and let you drink wine and play poker with them.
Damn. That is kind of true. Look, Kwame Brown, as much as he hasn't really living over to the expectations of his official professional career, he's still a tenured NBA forward. Most players barely last 5 seasons in the NBA, let alone 3. You know, you come from either being as remembered, you're good enough just being like a JaVale McGee, than you are being like a Killian Hayes, and you're like a couple bad games away from going back to Europe, or even playing over in a more minuscule league, or you're like certain tenured G leaguers that you can still make a livable wage and you can be a professional ball player, but you won't be reprehensible by clout than you are as an NBA long-term player. And let me tell you, I would still love to be JaVale McGee. I dunk like every day. That's more satisfying than a 3-pointer sometimes.
You want LeBron at the poker house.
Damn.
I don't want LeBron at the poker house. So when I see him say that his son is better than some NBA players that's playing currently, and then I actually see his son playing, and it's like, what the? This is what you said? So not only did I say his son didn't deserve to be drafted, and many others have said the same thing,
Facts.
but you so hell-bent on talking about Kwame Brown for whatever reason, because you're a loser. Look at him. Don't run to Iverson again when I focus on you again. Gorillas come and run. One thing about Allen Iverson, he know I don't run to nobody. Allen Iverson is actually my friend. Allen Iverson just don't know how much of a piece of shit you is. And if Allen Iverson knew that you was paying for a guy to put.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is this legitimately Gilbert Arenas donating to just make a response to insult him? That's like me spitting on a hobo, then giving him a 10, then spit on him again. That's crazy. Pettiness from Gilbert Arenas. And he was known for this. Even though he's done collaborations over with Legend of Winning, content creator that I like his basketball takes.
My deceased mother up on YouTube. You think Allen Iverson will with you, dummy? Do you really think that? You a clown. And do you think I give a fuck about cartoons and whatever you put up on the internet? I don't. You are a clown. We are proving that you can't stop thinking about me, nigga. You can't stop, won't stop. You got out of jail and went to talking about me. You out of jail again, and you talking about something totally.
I mean, did he get bailed out, by the way? Do we have any context that Gilbert Arenas got bailed out? Over his context over his alleged not alleged, bro had branding on his gambling on his poker tables, bro. Brother had gambling had his own branding on his poker table. How do you even do that? How do you even do that? That is sad. For the life of me.
Different. And you talk about me again. Something wrong with you, boy. You never gonna be the number one draft pick. It's over. The only thing you are is a f up, you international pimp, you.
More to him and
I'm sure Gilbert, Kwame Brown would never be considered as an all-star, but the first thing he will always be is a real nigga, and I respect that about people like Kwame Brown. Funky ass nigga, stay with Brown's name in his mouth. Yo, that's brutal. Well, what happened?
Organization. I love the team. I love all the coaches. I know just about every defensive coach as well as I know all the offensive coaches and vice versa with the players and the staff in the equipment room. I have fun coming into work every single day, and what better way to get better than to make sure that we lean on each other, and if I can give somebody a word that makes them better.
Yeah, let's not go into that. Yeah, Kwame Brown hit him with the ether. Kwame Brown sent him back to reality with that take. Oh my goodness. Kwame Brown did not hold back. Oh. Is he grinding rice? Damn. No. That is so weird. Well, that's episode 5. Episode 4. We were in episode 4. Kevin Love reportedly wants to end up in Los Angeles. Oh yeah, his contract is still available, but wasn't he? So what? They're just leveraging a buyout. Well, the league surrounding Love is that he wants to end up in Los Angeles. Sources said, "Please not tell the who can my find." Dun, dun. The unction over in the Clippers. I'm sure it's the Lakers who play with LeBron for one last time. This is where some rumors that Love would want to go to New York. Although there doesn't seem to be much of interest brewing over in Los Angeles. Because Mitchell Robinson's only going to play like 20 games. Max is Mitchell Robinson going to play only 20 games. We only got like a couple episodes in, though. we're probably gonna cut it over here and get some rest. I'll probably continue with the other episodes as soon as possible. That's it for me.